The year was 1955. A hush fell over Santa Cruz. The familiar clang of the streetcar bell echoed for the last time. It was a bittersweet symphony. The final journey was underway. People lined the streets, their faces etched with a mix of nostalgia and uncertainty. The streetcar, once a symbol of progress and connection, was now a relic of a bygone era. As it rumbled down Pacific Avenue, it seemed to carry with it the memories of generations. The laughter of children, the hurried steps of workers, the quiet moments of lovers. The heart of Santa Cruz seemed to ache as the streetcar reached its final stop. The air was thick with emotion. Some passengers disembarked with heavy steps, their eyes downcast. Others lingered, wanting to capture one last glimpse, one last feeling. The conductor stood on the platform, his face a mask of stoicism. He had borne witness to countless journeys, countless stories. Now he prepared to close this chapter of Santa Cruz history. As the last passenger disembarked, a profound silence descended. The streetcar, once a vibrant artery of the city, stood still. It was a poignant reminder that time, like the streetcar, waits for no one. The removal of the streetcar tracks was swift and decisive. It was as if the city wanted to erase any trace of their existence. Asphalt replaced the steel rails. The familiar clang of the bell was replaced by the roar of automobiles. Santa Cruz was changing, adapting to the demands of a new era. But some things were lost in the transition. The pace of life accelerated. The air grew thick with exhaust fumes. The sense of community, once fostered by the shared experience of the streetcar, began to dissipate. The younger generation, who had never known the rhythm of the streetcar, embraced this new era with open arms. The automobile represented freedom and progress. But for the older residents, the change was bittersweet. They remembered a time when life moved at a slower pace. A time when neighbors greeted each other on the streetcar. A time when the journey itself was as important as the destination. The removal of the streetcar tracks was a physical manifestation of a deeper change. It marked the end of an era and the beginning of a new, uncertain future. To truly understand the impact of the streetcars, one must step back in time. Imagine Santa Cruz in the early 1900s. The air is crisp and clean, the streets are paved with brick, the sound of horse-drawn carriages mixes with the excited chatter of passers-by. This was a time when Santa Cruz was emerging as a bustling seaside resort town. People flocked from all over to experience the thrill of the Giant Dipper and the refreshing ocean breeze. The streetcar system, inaugurated in 1904, played a pivotal role in this transformation. The streetcars, with their bright colors and clanging bells, were more than just a mode of transportation. They were a symbol of modernity and progress. They connected the beach to the boardwalk, the residential areas to the commercial district. The streetcar lines snaked through the heart of Santa Cruz, offering glimpses of its iconic landmarks. Passengers could hop on a streetcar and ride past the majestic casino with its Moorish architecture. They could disembark near the bustling municipal wharf, where fishermen unloaded their daily catch. The streetcars were the lifeblood of the city, facilitating commerce, connecting communities, and shaping the urban landscape. Even though the streetcars were gone, their memory lingered. It was as if the city itself held onto the echoes of their presence. The old streetcar barn, now repurposed, still stood as a silent sentinel. Its weathered walls whispered tales of a bygone era. The ghostly outline of the tracks could still be seen in some places. Where the asphalt had cracked and worn away, the steel rails peeked through. It was a subtle reminder of a time when the rhythm of the rails was the heartbeat of the city. And then there were the stories. The older residents, keepers of the city's collective memory, kept the streetcar era alive with their tales. They spoke of the conductors, who knew every passenger by name. They recounted the thrill of riding the open-air cars on a summer day. They shared anecdotes of romances that blossomed on the streetcar, of chance encounters that turned into lifelong friendships. These stories passed down from generation to generation, ensured that the spirit of the streetcars lived on. It was a whisper on the wind, a faint echo of a time gone by, but it refused to be silenced. As the years turned into decades, a curious thing happened. The city that had been so quick to erase the physical reminders of its streetcar past began to experience a collective longing, the nostalgia for a simpler time, a time when life moved at a slower pace, began to grow. Perhaps it was the relentless pace of modern life that sparked this yearning for the past. Or perhaps it was the realization that in the pursuit of progress, something valuable had been lost. Whatever the reason, the people of Santa Cruz began to rediscover their streetcar heritage. Local historians began to delve into the archives, unearthing old photographs and documents that shed light on the golden age of the streetcars. Museums curated exhibits showcasing the history of the streetcar system and its impact on the city. And then there were the whispers, the murmurs of a city rediscovering its past. Could the streetcars, once symbols of a bygone era, once again become symbols of Santa Cruz's future? The idea, once a distant dream, began to take root. What if Santa Cruz brought back its streetcars, not as a nostalgic replica of the past, but as a modern, sustainable mode of transportation? The proposal was met with a mix of excitement and skepticism. Some saw it as a frivolous waste of resources, others embraced it as a bold vision for the future. The proponents of the project argued that a modern streetcar system would not only alleviate traffic congestion, but also reduce the city's carbon footprint. They envisioned a system that would connect the downtown area to the university, the beach, and the surrounding neighborhoods. They talked about creating a transportation system that was efficient, environmentally friendly, and accessible to all. The idea gained momentum, fueled by a growing awareness of the need for sustainable urban development. The journey from concept to reality was not without its challenges. Funding had to be secured, environmental impact studies conducted, and community concerns addressed. But through it all, the vision of a revitalized Santa Cruz, connected by a modern streetcar system, propelled the project forward. The groundbreaking ceremony was a momentous occasion. As the shovels pierced the earth, it felt as if the city was breaking ground with its past, acknowledging its history while embracing its future. And as the construction progressed, so too did the sense of anticipation. The tracks, laid with care and precision, seemed to hum with the promise of journeys to come. Each spike hammered into place, each length of rail carefully aligned, felt like a step closer to realizing a dream. The echoes of the past were slowly being drowned out by the sounds of progress. The ghostly outlines of the old tracks were being replaced by the solid reality of the new. The day finally arrived. The first modern streetcar, gleaming under the California sun, embarked on its maiden journey. The streets were lined with people, their faces a mixture of excitement and wonder. It was a moment that transcended generations, connecting the Santa Cruz of yesterday to the Santa Cruz of tomorrow. The new streetcar system was a testament to the city's resilience, its ability to adapt and evolve while honoring its past. It was not merely a mode of transportation. It was a symbol of progress, sustainability, and community. The streetcar, once a fading memory, had been reborn as a symbol of hope for the future. It was a bridge between eras, connecting the city's rich history to its vibrant present and promising future. The story of the Santa Cruz streetcars is ultimately a story about the enduring relationship between a city and its past. It is a reminder that progress does not always necessitate erasing what came before. Sometimes it is about rediscovering the value of what has been lost and finding ways to integrate it into the fabric of the present. As the streetcars once again glide through the streets of Santa Cruz, they carry with them not just passengers, but also the weight of history, the hopes of the present, and the dreams of the future. They are a testament to the enduring spirit of a city that refuses to forget its past even as it embraces the possibilities of the future. They are a reminder that the old and the new are not mutually exclusive. They can coexist, complement each other, and together create something truly special. The streetcars are a symbol of Santa Cruz itself, a city where the past, present, and future are inextricably intertwined.